let's move on over a little bit. It's a popular candy bar that says, I think y'all know what this one say. It says what? Give me a break, give me a break, break me up a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Y'all, I'm telling you, the last 2 months, candy have just been speaking to me. But hey, we going with it. All right. You want to put that here? All right. In Hebrews 11, the writer of Hebrews says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And he says, by faith Moses, by faith Abraham, by faith everybody did this. He gave us our whole wall, our whole hall of fame of faith that we would say. Then he comes over, the writer comes over in the 12th chapter of Hebrews and says, wherefore seeing that we have been compelled by a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin that does so easily beset us, so that with patience we can run this race that has been given to us. And I thought about the Kit Kat bar, and it's like, some things in our life we need to break away from. Some things in our life we got to break off. We got to break it off. Give me a break, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Let's look at verse 1 of Hebrews chapter 12. It says every sin and every weight. That word weight means bulk or mass. The things that's going to hinder Christian progress. Those things like jealousy and envy, the things that you're doing to hinder the vision of the man of God that's been set here, or the youth director that's been set here. Anything that you're doing that's going to hinder that process, that's a weight. You've got to break it off. You've got to break away from that weight because it's weighing you down. Think about it. We're all in one body. Christ said that everybody's a body. Everybody has their own portion. Think about your physical body. If you got a 20-pound weight on your arm, that arm gonna have a lag behind the whole time, right? That's right. It's the same thing with the body of Christ. If one auxiliary is weighted down because they don't want to move, they're hindering the whole move of God. They're hindering everything that this man has been envisioned by God to do. So if you're going up against a pastor, up against a youth director, against anybody in the church, woe unto you. Woe be unto you. He said, lay aside every weight, every sin. So that weight is that bulk of that mass is keeping us weighted down. That sin, those things are those addictions that we got going on in our personal life that we know only you and God know about. But he's saying break away from them.
Yes, sir.
He's saying break away. There are 4 wafers here. You may need to break away 4 things. I got some king size Kit Kat bars. Some of us may need to break away for some other things. But I don't know. You and God knows. But if you're doing something that's hindering the process and the work of God and the move of the body of Christ, break away from it. Break away from it. Because can't nobody stand before the day of judgment but you. You can't say, Pastor, maybe. No, you can't say that. You can't say that. Break away. Lay aside. It doesn't get rid of malice, greed, envy. Break it away. Break away from it. Because all it does is, if we break away from those things, we go to higher heights and depths. The young lady talked about, you are my peace. We can't experience God being our peace if we got all this business out of us. It says, you are my peace. The peace of God overcomes all understanding. You are my peace. But we can't experience that if we don't shoot up with the word, if we don't taste the rainbow, if we don't break away from some things. We gotta break away from some things. We gotta try God. We got to.
Amen.
Couple more visuals. Now or later. You got 2 options. You got 2 options. Now or later. You got 2 options. Now or later. This is probably one of the cheapest candies you can buy. But it speaks so loud. You got 2 options in Philippians 2:11. I believe it says that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. You need to do it now in our list. I look at our seek and shut in list. So many people that want to be where we are now, but we're taking it for granted. Either you're going to do it now or you're going to do it later.
Yes, sir.
Your later might be too late. So I urge you, if you have not accepted Christ as your Savior, that you do so.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yes.
It's going to cost you money, but guess what? Salvation is free. There's a candy that I remember as a kid. I couldn't find it nowhere. I've been on vacation looking at every candy store every time we stop. My cousin's like, why are you looking for so much candy? I could not find it. Do y'all remember that candy called tearjerkers or crybabies? It was a bubble gum. It was a tearjerker or crybaby. And what it was just real sour and bitter. And you just had to fight through it. You didn't want to cry because you didn't want your friends to cry. And you had to just kind of go through it. And it was like, okay, and then, but once you finished, it was probably some of the best bubble gum. I don't know because it came sweet or what made it so good. But I couldn't find them anywhere. Maybe they're down with it. But how many of y'all know we're going to cry sometimes? We're going to cry sometimes. How many of you know it's okay to cry? It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. But when you're crying and when you're going through those crybaby moments, you know, Jeremiah was known as the weeping prophet. You go through and you just say, but for God I live and for God I die. You go through and you're like the writer says, for I am persuaded that nothing, these tears, this job, nothing shall separate me from the love of God. Nor death, nor angels, nor principalities, or powers, things present, or things to come. Heights, nor death, or anything, any creature to come. Nothing shall separate me from the love of God. Tears can become your bread by day and by night, but nothing. He said, I am persuaded. I know that this is power. Nothing. The early church was going through so much persecution that probably half of us couldn't even imagine, much less go through. He said, but for nothing, death nor life shall separate me from the love of God. So when you got those blue days and those days that those tears are being jerked and you're being a crybaby, it's okay. Keep crying. Because it says those that sow in tears shall what? Reap in joy. I am persuaded that nothing. So cry on. It's okay. Cry on. You gotta shed. My pastor always said, a man with no tears has no heart. I still hear him saying, a man with no tears has no heart. So it's okay to cry. In 1932, I'm almost done.
Take your time. All right.
In 1932, there was a candy bar introduced on the scene. It was called Three Musketeers. It was called Three Musketeers.
Right now.
Oh, one more thing about the tear. Let's rewind a little bit about them tear jerkers and stuff. I don't know why this kept coming on to me, but we made him do it for a night. Joy. This was somebody, because I wasn't gonna buy this thing, but somehow it ended up in my budget anyway. But joy coming in the morning. How many of y'all know that the joy of the Lord is my strength? So when that morning comes and that joy comes, guess what's gonna come back? Your strength is gonna come back. The joy of the Lord is my strength. We may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. When morning comes, I don't know, but when this joy comes back, your strength is gonna come back. So hold on just a